Welcome to Stories with the Robloxian Tourist. Now, this will probably be the only stories video that I do. However, I have some odd tales to tell you, but first some background. Alright, so I have owned several different companies in Bloxburg, including Burger Driven, Hibachi Hero, New Dubai Properties, etc. Only more lately did I start taking records of my customers through a photo review system, and because of that most of these stories take place before that. This means I may have images of the business, but not the specific situation. Anyway, let's dive in. That one time someone tried to sue me. My first full restaurant was a place called the Block Grill and Bar. It had a small rooftop bar where you could have a soda and a snack. However, the rooftop bar was kind of on the edge of the building. So, I had a customer come in and sit at the rooftop bar. I believe they ordered some grape juice or something. They then purposely jumped off the edge of the bar and said, "Oh, that hurt. I'm suing you for my design being not up to code." It was. However, since the situation was shown that they were not hurt, and faked the situation, they left, in disgrace. El Gato, one of my most well-known establishments, would likely be Hibachi Hero, which after a few weeks of running, I set up with my photo review system, which has allowed me to gain around 25 to 55 star reviews. However, in my trial run of the company before I set up my review system, I had a very odd customer come in. That is, it was a cat, like literally on all fours, smaller and meowing. They only spoke English once, which was to clarify their order, salmon. They actually came twice ordering the same thing and paying. Sadly, they didn't tip. Anyway, I was watching the chat and learned one of my neighbors happened to have that cat, and he just kept on leaving to get my salmon. Anyway, they said their cat's name was Rocky. So well, it was nice meeting Rocky. I have owned and operated a museum called the Bloxburg Museum of Business. Before New Year's I set up a small free cake stand. Obviously one per person. Anyway, most people grabbed their one and finished the tour. Anyway, I have implemented security cams, but the system does not allow me to look back in time. So, I was giving it to a person, and was serving them at a restaurant. You see the walls of the restaurant are glass, and there is a glass skywalk from one of the museum buildings to another, and saw one or two people running through the room which was home of the cupcakes. I had set a party earlier which gave everyone guest permissions, which I can assume they used to steal the food. I tried to figure where they went, but they had left before I reached it. That time I sold out my own home. When I was running my first business, a small motel called the Adobe Pink Motel, which was known for its impressive list of amenities and not its low-quality rooms. I had a small room for myself that essentially was a house and office. So, I realized that if I had a VIP room I'd be able to make larger profit. However, I did not have the space to add one, so I rented out my own home. But since I have a VIP room, people were constantly renting out my home. Because the second nicest room was also very popular, I generally had to sleep in a pretty low quality room. Bonus story, a bit off topic, okay, so I was looking for customers one time, and I saw this incredibly beautiful ancient university place that was doing a role play. So, me and someone else went there for a bit. Anyway, we got to our separate dorms and explored a bit. Even though it was past allowed time out of rooms, it was pretty cool, except the fact that there was a boarded up room with ketchup smeared on a wall. And the underground dungeon with skeletons, so we escaped. Thanks for watching, remember to like and subscribe.